Hey, hello. It's Neil from Property Investing. How are you guys? Let me ask you a question. Property sources, are they sharks or superhuman deal finders? Well, there's a good question, isn't it? And what I'm finding an awful lot of recently is there are a lot of people out there saying they are property sources, and actually the stuff they're turning out is absolutely shocking. They're letting down people. They're offering deals that aren't really deals. There's all sorts of this stuff going on. And it's really annoying and it makes me angry when they try and sell properties to my clients who I'm coaching and I'm mentoring on how to buy properties, and they tell them it's a deal when it's not a deal. The worst thing you can do is to just take what they tell you as the gospel, as the truth. The worst thing you can do is just accept it. You've got to do your own due diligence. So there are plenty of good sourcing agents out there, and there are plenty of bad, there are many sharks out there. And there is a place for you to use property sourcing agents, and there's a reason why you might not use them. I don't have a problem with good sourcing agents, and the way I see a good sourcing agent and the way I train people when they become sourcing agents is they've got to produce deals that they would buy themselves genuinely, but they're just not in a position to be able to buy them right now. And they have to get you good discounts. They can't give you a deal that's on the market, perhaps with Rightmove or Zoopla or on the market, someone like that, and then offer it to you at the same price or maybe a couple of £1,000 less, and then charge you a fee on top of that. Because that's what they'll do. They charge you a fee to do it. To justify charging a fee, a sourcing agent must get you a very good deal. And I'm kind of saying, let's say for a ballpark figure, if you can get me a deal that's £10,000 cheaper than it is on the market for, or that is the going rate for it, then we're talking about that's a potential deal. If there's a property, a cheap property up north, in Wales, in Scotland, wherever you go for your cheap properties, and the property is on the market for, let's say, £60,000 or £70,000, and you can get it for me for £10,000 less than that, then that's a justification for your fee, because I probably wouldn't have been able to do that. 10% reduction on 60,000 is quite a significant amount of discount. And yes, fine, I'd be happy to pay you maybe a couple of £1,000s for finding and sourcing that deal for me and getting that negotiation across the line. If it's on the market for £60,000 and you get it for me for 58, well, that's not doing much at all, and there's no way I should be getting charged a fee, and you shouldn't be calling yourself a sourcing agent. In that scenario, you might be a finding agent, where you're finding deals, but you're not negotiating any deals, and you certainly can't justify charging that kind of money. So when you guys are out there and when you're working, there's no reason why you can't work with sourcing agents. There's no reasons why you shouldn't buy property through sourcing agents, especially if you're not in the local area. But buy from good sourcing agents. Do your due diligence on them. Find out about them. Find out what the property is actually worth, what the negotiation's gone on, how are they going to secure you a good deal, and only then would you be interested in buying it. And then another tip with sourcing agents is don't pay them a fee up front before they even find you anything. There are sourcing agents out there that are taking £1,000 up front and they're not actually producing any deals for you. Why would you pay somebody £1,000 for something that they haven't produced, they haven't given you, and then they don't give you anything? So big mistake. Do not pay £1,000, £500, whatever it is up front before they produce a deal to you. When they come to you with a deal and you have a deal and you're happy with that deal and it looks good, it's saved you £10,000, then and only then would I be happy to pay them a holding fee or part of the fee to proceed. Because obviously they don't want to advertise, they don't want you to put it out there for everybody to know what the deal is and all the information that comes with it, because people are people. Some people might go directly to the person they've negotiated with and try and undercut them and pay a little bit more and not pay the sourcing fee. So when you agree a deal, then fine, there's nothing wrong with you paying a percentage. So for example, a typical amount might be £300 or £400 or £500 off the sourcing fee up front to move forward, to secure the deal, to then move it on. If the deal falls out of bed for whatever reason, it might be that the tenant or the owner decides to put it off the market and not sell, then your fee should be refundable to you or rolled over to the next deal that you do. If you as the buyer pulls out of the deal, then it's fair to say the sourcing agent can keep that money because they've done a lot of work and a lot of reputation on the line for them to get that deal, for you to pull out, for them to try and sell it on to somebody else, which might not happen, and it might ruin the relationships with that agent. So that's the only scenario that I would ever consider, and you mustn't pay sourcing agents anything up front before they've even produced you a deal. Just don't do it. It's not that scarce. Don't get in that scarce mentality. So the question I asked you at the beginning was sharks or super deal finders? Well, there are super deal finders out there and there are sharks. The sharks are taking money up front. The super deal finders are finding you deals that are massive discounts that will justify their sourcing fee and get you that deal over the line. And it's worth it. If you're not in the area, they're doing all that work for you. There you go. So hope that's helped you moving forward. If you want to get in touch and you want to talk to me about the programs that I do, coaching, mentoring, training, let me know. Get in touch through Messenger, however you normally get in touch with me, or however you can, or through our website, cleverpropertyinvesting.co.uk. And I look forward to seeing you again. So there you go. It's Neil Stewart, Clever Property Investing. Have a fabulous day.